What's up, everybody? As you can see, it's that time of year again where the sun is shining through my window, all on my face. I don't have any fancy lights here in my office. I just want to come out here and shoot these videos. So you're going to get what you're going to get. Anyway, the message today is going to be about my updated 4 point system. So if you follow me for any amount of time, you're in my coaching group or what have you, we've talked about the 4 point system before, where you get 1 point for getting a lead, 2 points for I don't know, I already forgot because I updated because I updated the 4 point list, 4 point system, and when I happen to get on that track, I have a one track mind. 1 point for getting a yes or a lead in your system, 2 points for setting an appointment, 3 points for going on that appointment and meeting face to face or on any appointment, and then of course 4 points for signing a contract, having a closing, things like that. Now, my 4 point system has been extremely successful for me over the last few years. But one thing that I noticed is that it kind of breeds this behavior of backing off when you get the positive result from the activities that you're doing on a daily basis. So, for example, if it's closing day, you start off the day with 4 points. Because you have 4 points that day, you could go prospecting and get your 30 no's or whatever your no goal is for that day. Because, mind you, 4 points for me was if I got 30 no's in a day, if I didn't have anything else going on. Now, problem is, though, on closing days and even leading up to closing days, or on days where I got a phone call that wanted, and there was an appointment, they wanted to meet with me, you tend to do less on those days because you've already gotten 2, 3, 4 points, whatever it may be. Now, yes, you're still doing something to get you towards your goal of the closings, but you are backing off and you're not keeping the same momentum going forward. Now, if you choose to keep the same point system for your 4 point system, if that's something that you choose to follow, if not, that's great. I'm just here to tell you what I'm doing and what's worked for me. That's great. You'll still see a lot of success with that, as I have over the years, because of the simple fact that when you are prospecting daily and you're making the contacts that you need to make, you will, in fact, get the days where you have 1, 2, 3, 4 points coming in early in the day, and then you can stop for the rest of the day. However, I'm looking at it in a different way now. I don't want to stop when I get those positive results. On closing day, I still want to go out and get the 30 no's and keep the momentum going that got me there. And what my belief is that moving to this new system will have it so that that momentum stays strong throughout the entire year, throughout, and I can scale it. I can start doing more and more and more. Because what happens is averaging 1 to 2, maybe 3 or 4 closings per month, phenomenal. That's great. However, when you keep that momentum going, that compound effect gets so big that over time you will see that you'll start having more and more and more closings per month. So here's the new 4 point system. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to it, but I had to explain why I've done this. Recently, actually just yesterday, I had a deal fall through. This happens from time to time. Am I disappointed? Of course, I'm human. Today was the day that it was supposed to be closing. Today. Just yesterday, I got the cancellation from the buyers because a lot of things can happen in a deal. From the contract to the closing, a lot of things can happen. This just so happened to be an assessment. Nothing anybody could do about it. They couldn't agree on, the buyer and seller couldn't agree on the terms on which they wanted to move forward with, and they decided to cancel. This stuff happens. We had to deal with it. The problem is, though, leading up to that, and today would have been the closing day, I was already finding myself in the mindset that today I was not going to be doing any prospecting. Or if I did, I would do very little. Because why? I already had 4 points for the day. I collected a check, I had a closing. That's one day missed of prospecting, or one day of less prospecting than I would normally have done. Whereas the closing would have been at 9 o'clock in the morning, could have gone to the closing, went and celebrated, had myself a good breakfast, came back or something like that in the afternoon, and went and knocked on some doors, made some phone calls, collected the no's that I needed for the day. This is the mindset that I'm looking to move toward, while I as I'm building this up. So here's what it is. 4-point day is simply this for me. On a typical day of my cold calling or door knocking, if I'm on the doors, 4 points is going to be if I hit 100 doors or 30 no's, whichever one of those come first, right? Every single day, my goal is to get 30 no's. If I'm cold calling and door knocking on a typical day, because some days I will do both, depending on the leads that I'm working on at the time, then my goal is to get 30 no's throughout that day. And if I get those 30 no's, then that's the only time that I count as a 4 point. I will no longer count 4 points, any points towards getting a yes, setting an appointment, going on an appointment, or signing a contract or having a closing. And the reason why is because those things that I just listed off are the positive result of the daily actions that you take to meet your goals. And so if your goal is to have more closings, then get more no's, make more contacts, increase your daily activities in order to do that. And that in and of itself will shift your mindset from the activities that you need to do instead of the outcome. Because if you tie yourself too much to the outcome, then you will inevitably back off on your prospecting when good things happen and you will mess up your momentum. So that's my new 4 point system. 4 points is going to be rewarded I will reward myself the 4 points for the activities that I get done in a given day. And if you're down to change your mindset and change your 4 point system up, jump on board and let's get it. Appreciate you for watching.